The landscape in the extreme northwest of Hungary is characterized by intensive agriculture. The region is also known as the Little Hungarian Plain. Its fertile loam soil and mild climate offer ideal conditions for growing sugar beet, potatoes, grain, maize, and rapeseed. Here, we find the small town of Sopron-Horpacs, less than 10 kilometers from the Austrian border. Most residents are employed on one of the area's farms. Here, the roughly 80 employees of GSD Agricultural Production farm a 10,000-hectare area devoted exclusively to crop farming. GSD was founded 16 years ago as a Bavarian-Hungarian joint venture. Today, the company encompasses various farms in the surrounding regions. The total area cultivated by these farms has grown to over 16,000 hectares of cropland. GSD was founded by Mulch from Altötting in eastern Bavaria. Together with his daughter Maria and Hungarian partner Árpád Dorogi, he has turned it into one of Hungary's most modern and most efficient crop farming operations. Our preferred crops are wheat, maize, sugar beet, and rapeseed. Sugar beet has been a key plant for us from the very beginning. Because it requires optimal conditions, we've been using LEMKEN equipment since we began operations 16 years ago. Our staff is very satisfied with the high quality of the work, which is extremely important in growing sugar beet. Today we've become one of the largest sugar beet producers in Hungary. As a crop farm, using efficient machinery in the production process, including tillage, seed drilling, and plant protection, is crucial to us. That's why LEMKEN is an excellent partner, and that's why we employ a great deal of LEMKEN machinery in Sopron-Horpacs and the surrounding area. Maize, grain, rapeseed, and sugar beet are grown in medium-heavy soil on plots of between 30 and 150 hectares. For tillage and seed drilling, Mulch depends primarily on LEMKEN technology. In the process, he takes advantage of the maximum working widths available. Shortly after grain harvesting, the Reuben is employed for shallow stubble cultivation. This has to go fast. There are 10,000 hectares waiting. The farm manager chooses the giant system carrier with the Reuben compact disc harrow. 2 giant 12s with a total working width of 24 meters and a giant 10 with a working width of 8 meters. With each pass, the soil is mixed intensively over a width of 32 meters. At a speed of 12 kilometers per hour, the disc harrows thus complete an area of about 40 hectares per hour. The tractor driver's routine can be seen clearly in the headland. The 3 mounted rigs change direction quickly. The specialized equipment is used to optimum capacity on the farm's large growing areas. One single giant system carrier manages to complete an area of around 4,000 hectares a year. In the next stage, shallow stubble incorporation is carried out using the Reuben. The notched hollow discs have a diameter of 62 centimeters, with an impressive material thickness of 6 millimeters. The discs are slanted. This gives them the necessary grip and allows them to penetrate the soil easily. From a working depth of 7 centimeters, the soil is cultivated completely at the surface. Due to quick speeds of up to 18 kilometers per hour, plant cover is intensively mixed with the soil. Only very little organic material can be seen on the surface. Now the field is ready for shallow mulch seeding. The Solitare 12, with its 96 seeding coulters, continues the chase at 16 kilometers per hour. The high speed is made possible by the rubber-tired depth guidance wheels that trail the LEMKEN double-disc coulter. This stabilizes and securely guides the coulter. The resulting soil coverage is ideal. It's rush hour in Chorpan-Hopach, a fleet consisting of 2 mounted Karat 9 cultivators with a working width of 6 meters, followed by the trusty Solitare 12, is on its way to the next job. This stage of cultivation is also conservative, but the soil has to be mixed at a greater depth. The 2 Claas Serion tractors need every bit of their 380 horsepower, because 20 millimeters of precipitation from the previous day make for heavy soil. The 21 blades on the 3-beam cultivator dig into the soil at a depth of 17 centimeters. This thins out organic components even more. The blades glide calmly and smoothly through the soil. The symmetrical frame provides stability and smooth running. There is no lateral traction, and depth guidance is perfect. An ideal seedbed for mulch seeding has been prepared. Now it's time for seed drilling using the Solitare 12. The Solitare 12 is right at home at high speeds. Even at 18 kilometers per hour, there is no clogging, and with the double disc coulters, seed placement is always exact, even in loamy soil. The double disc coulters form a clean furrow in the freshly blended soil. The pressing rollers provide even reconsolidation. The double disc coulter and depth guidance wheel are arranged in a parallelogram. Each of the 2 devices adjusts to the contours of the soil independently. The movements of the depth guidance wheels are like that of a piano keyboard. The seed is drilled precisely, and the seed slots are always closed evenly. This way, plants will sprout at the same time. The best conditions for a high yield per hectare. When a plow is used for soil cultivation, the working widths of the different devices are coordinated. The 7 and 8 furrow versions of Lemken's Eurodiamond semi-mounted plows, with their new smooth-running CS40 slatted bodies, have a working width of around 6 meters. They make their rounds at speeds of almost 9 kilometers per hour. Over a 12-hour shift, they complete roughly 100 hectares. The giant 10 system carrier has been retooled. It's now carrying the implements of the Lemken Compactor seedbed combination. The model used at GSD has already been in service for 7 years. At a capacity of about 2,000 hectares a year, this compactor has already logged 14,000 hectares. The heavy soil necessitates 2 passes, but regardless of the devices it carries, the giant system carrier makes its rounds. Thanks to the well-engineered frame construction, the different devices always run parallel to one another. Pendulum compensation on each of the 2 3-point linkages provides each and every compactor unit with optimal soil adaptation. This guarantees consistent quality with precise depth guidance over the complete working width, even on uneven ground, deep tire tracks, and hilly terrain. And as always, last but not least, the Solitare 12. It has the easiest time covering these huge areas and reaches top speeds. Nevertheless, stopping to refill the seed keep it at a distance. When a large-scale operation like that of Mulch uses Lemken technology successfully for many years, the farm also serves as a kind of experimental laboratory for Lemken. The grueling demands Lemken equipment is faced with on a daily basis reveals its weaknesses and its strengths. That's why Lemken developers meet Mulch regularly to discuss the machinery in depth. This practical feedback is an important component of developing the equipment further in practice-oriented fashion and making constant improvements. I think the new version is the right solution for us. Mulch and his daughter Maria use their visit to Lemken to have a look around the new paint shop. The entrepreneurs are always on the job. This allows them to maintain the highest level of performance and yield at their Hungarian farming operation. They've been doing so since December of 1993.
At the time, we were fortunate to find a very good Hungarian partner. It turned out to be a stroke of luck. Having earned a degree in business, he is financially oriented. He's well versed in all the bureaucracy and accounting. We joined forces back then and took over a 500-hectare farm. Today, the challenges facing the Bavarian and his partner are many. Bookkeeping in 2 languages, business analysis, credit applications and the acquisition of agricultural subsidies, acquisition and financing of the means of production, and formalities relating to import and export. Much of what's happening in Hungary must be newly evaluated because agriculture is in a state of upheaval. Whether in administration, trade, or in the field, the workflow must be coordinated efficiently. For such large areas of cropland, the dependability, precision, and performance of the machinery used is most important. That's why Żuk chooses Lemken. With its trail giant system carriers, Lemken offers a flexible and efficient mechanization concept for mulch seeding and plowing. For Żuk and his partner Dorogi, the investment in top quality by Lemken has been paying dividends for many years. That's also because they know they can always count on Lemken's fast parts replacement and consulting services. The GSD farming operation is probably one of the most modern in Hungary. From the beginning, Żuk and Dorogi felt it was only natural to invest in leading technology from Western Europe. Besides mass production, they place special importance on the quality of the crops they grow in order to attain top prices on international markets. And quality is exactly where Lemken begins. Whether the situation calls for working widths of 12 meters or only 3, the high standards of precision and dependability are always the same. That's what entrepreneurs like Żuk and Dorogi expect from Lemken. And it's exactly what they get.